Hello and welcome. So great to have you here. This video is about trusting yourself. And as we look at mediumship and look at the way that we are as people, a lot of things that can go wrong with our mediumship and go wrong with the way we bring through our messages can be with the idea of trusting ourselves. And so when we look at how spirit works with us, and when we're working with the spirit world, we can trust spirit. So we can trust spirit, that spirit is always there. But a lot of students, I find, have this anxiety about, what if I don't trust, or what if I don't really understand this, the way it works? So, or what if I don't understand spirit? So this trust seems to leave. And right, trusting spirit is really about trusting that understanding that there is an intelligence of the spirit world that have been doing this for tens of thousands of years, and they really know what they're doing. So they really know what they're doing. And so that in itself can be a very wonderful thing, to really have that trust in yourself. So look at yourself and look at all the things that you've got going for yourself. When you look at yourself, you're like, okay, so you've got all the things that you've done in your life experience. It all comes down to, you've got everything you need to do what you need to do. Great to see you too. Yeah, you've got everything you need. You've got everything within yourself that you need. So your whole life experience, everything that you've done in your lifetime, is been building up to the possibility to do things in the right way. So to do your mediumship in the right way, or to do your bringing through spirit in the right way. And yet a lot of students get caught up in not being able to trust themselves, not to be able to trust their gifts. So all these things that can come up causing anxiety, and really it's something that we need to look at, as when we can let go of the mind wanting to control, to want to do everything perfect, and just trust that we've got this. We as people have got this. I mean, even if you're going to think about this in life, it's like trusting that you've got this, trusting that you've got what you need, and that everything that you've done in this lifetime has been leading up to this point. And if we trust in divine timing, and that divine timing of, you've taken the right courses, you've learned the basics of mediumship, you might be still learning the basics of mediumship, but you trust the divine timing in that you're ready to engage with a conversation with the spirit world, and you're ready to engage with this, bringing through this information and being that ambassador for the spirit world. And when you're ready for that, then that trust in yourself normally becomes the last thing. It's like trusting that the spirit world is there. Most students say, I trust that the spirit world are there, I just don't trust myself to bring it through properly. So if this is resonating with you, feel free to write some comments here on the channel, and if this is coming across, but just let me know your thoughts on this. But a lot of students, they'll be trusting spirit, and yet trusting themselves, they might say it wrong or misinterpret. And yet when we can trust in that divine timing, that you are in the right place at the right time, that you are doing the right thing at the right moment, and you are good enough, and that you are a spirit worker, a spirit talker, doing what you are gifted to do, then you release that pressure on yourself, that pressure that you'd be holding yourself back when you're not trusting yourself. For when you're not trusting yourself, like, I don't know if I'm going to get it right. I might mess it up. I might do all these things wrong. I might not be able to bring through the words of spirit. I want to represent spirit in the best way, but I don't want to mess things up. Now, if all this is going through your minds before you start, think about the power of manifestation. The power of manifestation. So what your thoughts, what you are thinking, manifests very quickly when you're connecting with spirit, and manifests very quickly when you're connecting with the divine. So let's see, Rose is saying, yes, for sure. I don't want to get it wrong. And speaking with others, loved ones, it's a definite hurdle. So see how it's being understood, right? What if the person you are reading for does not connect with the message of the spirit? So you see, there's these things going on, these thoughts. And yet, if we step into it with trust and we trust ourselves, the moment we start, we empower ourselves, and that empowerment of, I believe that I can do this, and I believe that I'm good enough, that in itself will manifest something else. It ignites a different power in yourself and your soul. It ignites a different way of approaching your mediumship when you say, right, I trust myself. I've got this. I've done all my training, or I've done as much training as I can. I've been working with spirit. I've been practicing with spirit. I've been doing all these things. I've been going to all these courses. And yet I know students that have been doing courses for years and years and years, and maybe even going to week-long events, and yet coming back to that, not quite trusting themselves. So it doesn't matter about the amount of work you've done, still this becomes that hurdle. And it's good to know that people are recognizing that, and that you know that it's something that's very common. But when you can step in and say, I'm trusting myself, you're igniting a different energy in yourself before you work. And when you can ignite that and you say, I trust my gifts. I mean, if you trust yourself and say, like, my body is my body, I'm breathing, you trust your sensitivity, you're trusting the way information's coming in. So you're trusting your gifts from spirit. So, okay, I trust that I've got my gifts from spirit. Once you tick off all these boxes, and you're trusting all these things, then you're ignited to bring through information that's going to be a lot more pure, a lot more in essence, and a lot more in flow than what you've been doing before. And so it's really moving into that and stepping into the shoes of trusting yourself. I mean, you can even imagine, it's a nice little thing to try out before you work, just a little thing that just popped into my mind, is imagine that your shoes have got written on them, trusting yourself, and you're slipping these new shoes on, and you step into these new shoes, and then you're in the energy of trusting yourself. And when you are in that, or even sitting in a chair, if you're going to sit in a chair and do a reading, imagine the words trusting yourself on the chair. And when you sit in it, you're sitting in the power of trusting yourself. Because, like I said, when you are manifesting when you have this complete trust in yourself. Now, obviously, people are going to have these hurdles that they've got to overcome. We've talked about the hurdles where they're going to be worrying about, will I get it right, or will I? If you can put that to one side and say to your mental mind, I'm just putting that to one side now, because I'm trusting myself today, and I'm trusting the medium self, not the human self. The human self you put to one side and you say, I'm just going to sit here. I'm trusting my medium self. I'm trusting my good morning as well. Nice to say good morning to you. But yeah, just trusting your ability and shifting yourself into the energy of excitement, saying, yes, I'm 100% here, 100% trusting myself. So we've got releasing, somebody's just mentioned, releasing the expectations, of what the communication with spirit will be like for you. Don't limit yourself by expectations. Exactly. Spirit connects to you how you will connect to it. So imagine this. Spirit world have been doing this for more than tens of thousands and thousands of years. They've got so much, they've been doing it for so long that they have an expertise and intelligence that it makes them really the better medium. And so if we can trust the spirit world, what they're giving us, and give what we're getting, then in that way we are certainly shifting ourselves into a different dimension of reading for the spirit world. And so if we're shifting ourselves into that different dimension, when we're like trusting ourselves, that power of trust, and sitting in that and just saying, today I'm going to trust. I might not have trusted yesterday, but that was yesterday. And yesterday is not today. And so as from today, if you say, that's it, I'm going to trust, and I'm going to sit in this power of trust, you'll find that that will ignite your mediumship to the next level. And if you can imagine, we already know that the spirit world have been doing this for so long, so they know exactly what they're doing. And if we can trust them, that they're giving the right information, then you're going to find the joy is going to come back into your mediumship. You're going to be feeling that joy, and that's also an ignition of power and energy. You're going to find more healing coming into your readings. This is all a process. And also, try not to be, do you remember though, if we go back to high school, try not to be that version of that teacher that said, oh, you should have done this better, that was wrong, this was not good. Remember those teachers that used to give you all these things that were wrong? Don't become that for yourself. Be the nurturing teacher. And main thing about teaching is not really showing you how it should be done or not done and telling you what's right or wrong. It's guiding you to try new things and inspire you to learn from inspirations so that you can bring that into your work. You see, how teachers used to work was like telling you, well, they probably still work in high school, saying, no, you got to get 100% right, otherwise it's not right. Now remember this, what you think is 100% right of a reading isn't what the spirit world are thinking is 100% right. And what you think is 100% perfect isn't 100% perfect of what the recipient needs to hear. Sometimes information comes through us as the mediums so purely that the recipient can understand it 100%, but they may not tell you yes on everything. They may need time to think. So it's trusting that you're doing the best job at the right moment, at the right divine timing, right now. And if you can do that, then that's going to shift your mediumship to the next level. So this is really moving you to the next level. So trusting spirit, trusting your gifts, trusting the divine timing, you're in the right place at the right time, and then you won't be stressing. And if you're trusting the training that you've had and where you are now and where you are as a human being, but where you are as a spiritual person, where you are as a medium, and just know that you will always evolve through this lifetime. And when you get to that point where you think, I think my mediumship's perfect now, that might be the moment before you pass to the spirit world yourself, because you're always evolving. So it's knowing that it's a journey and trusting yourself along that journey. So this is my inspiration for you today. So if you like what I've said and it's resonating with you, please don't forget to write your comments in here. Let me know how it's going with you. It's really good to have you here in this community. And I just wanted to share these few things and little tips so that you could move your mediumship into the next level. So understanding this, trust yourself and don't let anyone tell you otherwise, because you're unique Okay, so I'm going to stop it here. Take care and see you again soon.